Chad Rosette of Manila Feed. Okay, so I will be reading Chad's question. This is for Meisner, Sightlines, Coach Alex Loriga, and Coach Marcel David. Why do you think Meisner is more effective compared with other acting methods? And sino ang mas madaling turuan? Yung bata ba o yung adults?
Okay, that's interesting. I don't like comparing to other acting techniques in terms of more effective, because in Sightlines also we advocate for students to learn from different mentors and to learn as many techniques as possible. But I would say for Meisner, it's really good with teaching the foundation that you need, that you can apply to whatever medium. Kahit na film yan, TV, theater, voice acting, magagamit mo siya. And it really emphasizes on being able to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances and on working off the other person and the importance of the other person and really building connection. That's the strength of that technique. And for kids and adults, well, you handle teens and adults, Marcy, so...
Yes, I want to add lang regarding with the Meisner technique. Strength niya is that it really gives the actors mga simple, direct, and effective tools na makakatulong para ma-unlock nila kung ano man yung mas malalim o deeper performance nila. Their truth, ika nga ni Coach HP kanina. Whereas with that question naman of whether sino mas madali, to teach the teens or the adults, I think ang dala ng teens when they're doing the workshop is that meron silang enthusiasm and then kakaiba lang yung imagination nila, and we love exploring those with them kasi sila mismo yung nagbibigay nun, tas we're just working with them. With the adults naman, what I love is how open they are and kung ano man yung mga experience na nagagamit naman nila na they're able to relate with certain characters or certain scenes. Yun yung strength naman ng mga adults. So, may iba talaga working with both, but yun na lang, siguro sabi ko.
Yeah, like definitely strength ng teens and also kids. Like Talia actually, I handled for a bit. Their imagination is so strong. Like that's really their biggest strength. It's so easy for them to be affected. Whereas kasi as adults, because we're adults na may pagka-jaded. So it's a harder barrier to kind of overcome yung overthinking and yung mga filters na we've already developed over the years. Yeah.
May walls up now.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Pero kahit alin, parang kayong parents, no? Ang hirap mamili ng favorites. Yes. May kanya-kanya strengths and weaknesses. But thank you for that answer. And now let's have Ms. Janice Navida of Bulgar with us today. Hi, Ms. Janice!
Siya lang yung kailangan i-please para maging artista sila. Pero with this, mga teachers pala, ang dami palang kailangan pagdaanan ng mga applicants, ng mga mag-audition bago sila pumasa na maging artista. Pero my question is, since Star Magic is sanay na po sa pag-develop ng mga stars, and as time passes by po kasi, nag-evolve yung interest ng audience, kung ano yung mga hinahanap nila sa mga hinahangang artista. So, what style do you do to keep your talents relevant and impactful to the audience?
What style?
What style do you do? Paano niyo po sila hinuhong para maging relevant pa rin sila sa present generation?
Actually, that's I think, the advantage. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the question. I think that's the advantage of having subject matter experts into the school. Kasi parang there are different POVs, point of views, na nai-instill sa mga estudyante natin, sa ating mga star dreamers. That's that to keep them relevant. Para hindi lang kasi di ba sometimes ako, my personal view, here in ABS-CBN, di ba parang we're in a box. Parang we've been, ako personally, I've been here for the past 28 years. So, minsan yung parang nandito lang yung environment ko. That's the reason why we got Meisner. That's the reason why sina Coach Mickey is getting coaches from outside. it's for us to be able to instill rin the relevance, no, outside of ABS-CBN. Yung mas ano sila sa mundo sa labas. Parang mas bukas sila sa mundo sa labas.
And right now po kasi, di ba, ang social media is a big factor din sa...
Yes, ma'am.
Sa ano natin. So, can you see po na depende rin po ba sa mood or sa kung ano po ang demand ng social media? Doon din po ba nakabase yung mga artistang kinukuha nyo or dinidevelop nyo?
Paano ba? Well, aminin na natin, there are a lot of mga influencers now na nagiging ano talaga sila, no? Nagiging sikat sila sa online. Like si Esnir, no? One example is Esnir, but he's now inside the PBB house. Pero he really started with in TikTok. No? Pero yung ano natin, what we want to teach siguro Esnir and other influencers in our stable, parang to make them well-rounded, parang if they want to have voice lessons, they can have voice lessons. If they want to have acting lessons, they can also have acting lessons. It's offered for them for free, no? As part of Direk Lawrence vision nga in Star Magic to create well-rounded individuals.
And lastly na lang po, sir, kasi kilala Star Magic na sa pag-develop ng magagaling na mga artista na ang dami na papakinabangan din sa industry. So, sa tingin niyo po ba may mga susunod pa sa mga yapak na mga sikat na po ngayon na like Yola Pascual, Bea Alonso, John Lloyd Cruz, so far po sa mga nahahawakan niyo po ng mga artista ngayon?
Actually, parang, again, sorry if I'm talking about myself, no? Pero, when I joined Pinoy Big Brother in 2014, I also became the head of Star Hunt. So we went around the Philippines, around the world, no, looking for the next, di ba? The next big stars of ABS-CBN. Who would have known, di ba? Parang Joshua Garcia, di ba? Parang started with PBB. He auditioned in Marikina. Nakita ni Direk Loren, ako nga, to be honest, sabi ko nung nakita ko muna si Joshua, sabi ko talaga, anong nakita ni Direk Loren kay Joshua? Pero, well, look at where Joshua is right now, no? So, Fronyo, di ba, parang, anong tawag dito, who would have known he would win, di ba, The Voice US, di ba, season 26. So, in the stable now of, sorry if I call it stable, no, pero in the pool of Star Magic, yes, I would definitely tell you that there are a lot of talent na just waiting for the right moment to shine. So nandito naman po talaga kami, parang as we've mentioned, it's really a group effort, no? It can't be just it involves the parents, syempre the passion of the artista, di ba? Parang kung gaano nila kagusto, di ba? Sometimes attitude is really key sa pagiging artista. But, sorry if I'm going around in circles, pero yes, there are a lot that we will be presenting in the coming weeks, in the coming months. That my fellow managers are here. I'm sure you'd be surprised that we have a lot of surprises in store for everyone.
Pero parang final say pa rin na kay Direk Loren kasi kung may gut feel na lang, ay, ito si Sika.
We recommend, no, pag nakita namin, tapos it goes through a process pa rin parang Direk Loren, syempre our higher ups. We also, tulad nga po nung sinabi niyo, we also listen to social media, di ba, yung kung ano yung clamor. So it's really a joint, di ba, a joint a gut feel, and putting in science into it also.
Thank you po.
Maraming salamat po. Thank you for your questions.
Okay. Ako, baka ma-accuse ako nito na my favoritism. Well, yung mga nanggaling sa workshop na talagang pinagmamalaki namin, no? Yung talagang nag-excel sila sa napili nilang field, aside from Sofronio, of course, sobrang nag-excel sa music, no? Sa singing. Sa acting, it would be, of course, Joshua Garcia, the likes of Joshua Garcia, Arjo Atayde, Alora Sasam for comedy, who else? Actually, ang dami nila. Dimples Romana. Ang dami-dami nilang nag-start sa workshop. Ang dami nilang talagang naging foundation muna nila yung training bago sila sumikat, bago sila nag-excel sa mga napili nilang field sa entertainment industry.
Thank you very much, Teacher HB. And now this next question is for Direct John Mall, who is playing around like a kid with his chair. Direct John Mall, I know you're very at home in the studio because this is your studio for It's Showtime. So Direct John Mall, what is the value of doing directing workshops with Star Magic and ABS-CBN?
With Star Magic and ABS-CBN. So the thing with learning to direct for non-narrative things is it's a little hard to learn because so unlike film, you can learn the theories and then when you have like one camera and actors, you can apply it. But with non-narrative, there's like a whole giant setup with different kinds of lights and different kinds of cameras. In ABS-CBN, because we get to use the facilities, when we learn the theories, we're going to be able to apply them right away and test kung may natutunan na yung mga tao. Plus, with Star Magic, since we're a management group, we get to interact with a lot of stars, so we learn a lot. We learn a lot from them, and I personally have learned a lot from a lot of the hosts that I've worked with, and the things that I've learned, gusto ko rin siyang ma-pass on to students because I really believe that part of directing is also collaborating with artists, and that's like super important, and that's something that I would like to teach the students also.
Just basing from your answer, parang ang meeting na agad ng course na makukuha talaga ng mga mag-e-enroll. So thank you very much. Sulit na sulit. You can go back to swinging your chair, yes. You're free again. Okay, now let's go to the UMIAS team. Alright, Direct Kirby Balagtas, and creative producer Dale Rosina. Troy, if you'd like to answer also. How does a well-crafted narrative enhance the audience's connection to the song?
Well, first off, when you hear the song kasi, you hear it, maganda siya. And creating a music video for it really immerses you sa bawat beat ng song, lyrics. And it's very, very helpful to conceptualize and create. So, endless ng possibilities to tell the story of the song in so many ways. So, for us, we think na to creatively tell the story of the song is it's just for us, it's a very important thing, and to be able to share that knowledge also with future enrollees for with us, no, it's something that we look forward to. So
yeah. Just to add, we basically also like do research with the in terms of like the artists also that we work with. So we revolve the narrative with the actual artist, the narrative of the song, and we build the visuals for that. So it's same with Direct John. It's a collaboration. UMIAS is all about collaborating. So we collaborate also with the artist, so we can perfect the visuals for the narrative.
Yun yung aminin natin, hindi talaga natutupo sa school eh. No? Sa school kasi yung mga technicals lang, gano'n. Pero ito, nga, you have to study the artist also. Yung kung paano kayo makipag-interact sa kanila, collaborate sa kanila. This is something na kayo in the field with that much experience can share with the enrollees. So thank you very much. Curbs, would you like to add anything?
Actually, ano na siya, culmination ng lahat ng dance, yung facial expression. So dito sa music video, lahat yung, kumbaga, makikita yung the best mo, parang gano'n. So ito na talaga siya. So ituturo din namin kung paano yung actual shot niya, kung paano siya i-shoot, and then the finished product itself din. So yun.
Pwede ba ako mag-sit-in? Yun talaga, gusto ko makita yan. Sulit na sulit. Thank you very much, Yumi Us Manila team. And now, this question is from John Bueno of kumagkao.com. And it's for teacher HB Benitez. How young is too young for the kids acting class? Meron po bang age range? Ito na, nasa technical sa tayo ng mga enrollment.
Yeah.
And when is the ideal time to start training kids?
That's actually a nice question. Sa SCPA, ang tinatanggap namin 6 years old and above. So, from 6 years old to 12 years old, that's actually the kids category or the children's category. And naniniwala ako na kailangan if mag-start na sila at a young age if they want to excel in the performing arts. Kasi it will help foster the holistic development ng bata. And also sa workshop ko, actually sa kids acting, tinutulong ko din sa kanila, how to boost their confidence level. And also, I teach how to improve or enhance their communication skills, memory, the memories, and concentration skills. Kasi ang kalaban namin, as a teacher, pag nagtuturo ako ng bata is the attention span. So, kailangan, dito namin ina-apply din a little of Meissner, which is the repetition. So, ulit-ulit kami ng mga kids, ulit-ulit nila ginagawa. They always do a rework of the scenes that they put up in class. So, for them to be able to understand na yun yung eksena, hindi siya parang laro-laro lang. Although, kailangan, it should look, fun for the kids. Yung parang hindi nila ma-feel na parang, alam mo yun, hindi dapat na-pressure yung mga bata na parang, I have to put this up, this scene, teacher, kasi ganito. No, kailangan ipa-feel mo sa bata na it's fun pa din, to put up the scene. Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much, Teacher HB. And now let's go to the lady beside you, Teacher Mean Espinosa. In portraying a contrabida role, how do you balance the complexity of making the character both compelling and relatable?
Right. It's good that you asked that. Dahil I've been teaching acting since 2007, and when you ask your students to play the role of the villain, usually stereotypical contrabida without really understanding where the character is coming from. So you as the actor would have to justify why your character does the thing that he or she does. So yun, by really understanding kung ano yung pinanggalingan, your given circumstance, and ano nga yung pinanggalingan ng character, why they do what they do, then that makes the character more relatable. Kasi tao lang din, but nobody is really 100% evil, diba? And also, sa kabaliktaran, wala rin tao 100% good. Lahat din tayo may kanya-kanyang darkness. So if you want to portray a role that's really compelling and relatable, you have to show both sides.
Alright, thank you very much, Teacher Mean. Looking forward I'm sure may mga nanonood ngayon na gusto ko maging kontrabida. Diba? Hindi naman lahat gusto maging bida, diba? Kanina nga si Jazz, diba? Sabi niya gusto niya maging kontrabida. So, why not? Okay, mag-enroll na po kayo kay Teacher Mein. Okay, now let's go to Coach Mickey! Coach Mickey Pers. Yes. Alright, Coach Mickey, how does discipline shape an artist's ability to consistently deliver high-quality work? And what habits should aspiring artists develop early on?
I think very, very important is, what you have to understand is, fun is actually the key word. The moment you enjoy and don't put yourself into a box and get frustrated, that is what's going to drive you. Now, actually I can answer one of what Ms. Janice was asking before about social media, right? In social media, a lot of people have talent. So the talent is good, you get a lot of viewership, you get everything. But talent will always bring you to a certain level. Now, how do you nurture that? That's when you put skill into it. So the way you will nurture your talent is get the right equipment and get the things that you need to be not just talented, but actually nurture your talent with all the skills. So you're talented in skills and you can always move on with what is current right now. Because some people will say, okay, I have the numbers and I have the talent, but what will you do with the talent? Sayang lang siya. So I think that's what you have to understand. If you go into whatever you're doing, especially in singing and dance or in performing, the discipline is so important to understand that you are never there. You have to understand if you want to evolve. You have to understand you have to work on yourself and have the discipline and understand you have to humble yourself enough. Now, you have to work hard for what you get, what you want to get. It's as simple as like my wife's always telling about excellence, no? Once she said, excellence is not a choice, it is acquired every day. Meaning to say, every day you have to have the discipline. That maybe today you did so good, but tomorrow not anymore. Eh? But what you have to do is basically understand, you always have to try your best. And if you always try, you will reach it. Kaisa, you will say, I didn't do my best and you will regret it. So discipline is very, very important. Not just in any art form, but in general, how you go through life. Eh? And that's what we are trying to give you here in Star Magic. The right discipline and the skill with acting, understanding what tool you will use, with singing the tool that you get, even with directing, like what Derek Johnwell does is doing the beautiful shots of all the performers. The music video, they will show you the different side to appreciate the music even more. In singing, what we will do also with Pop Shop is, for example, we teach them how to record, going into the booth and record. And in dancing, like I was mentioning earlier with discipline, some of the coaches that we have, they started as my students. Eh? Yes, and now they're actually the coaches of the artists now.
Wow.
And they don't stop. Like they go abroad and learn. They teach other students. They become, in Singapore, they became champion in Southeast Asia. Wow. In Vietnam, they became champions. And that's all students here in the Philippines because they're nurturing it with the skill. And that's what we are also sharing here. So it doesn't stop, doesn't matter where you are. It's important to have the right discipline and understand you have to invest into your skill if you want to fulfill your dream and go where you want.
Thank you very much, Coach Mickey Bird, right there. Hindi naman yung mga artista yung naging product ng Star Magic Workshop. So kahit yung mga mismong coach students din before. Thank you very much for that insight. And now let's go to singing naman for Coach Julie, Teacher Julie. What are the most important skills a singer should develop to effectively convey emotion and to connect with their audience?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, importance ng skill, no? I think na-mention na lahat earlier, pero in singing, it's actually the repetition also, no? Yung vocal exercises, the technique that we equip our students. Kasi it's very important that they know their skill para mas maintindihan nila how they will deliver their songs or their materials. We focus on the breathing techniques, okay, vocal exercises to strengthen their core for support, and also to extend the range. So the skill itself, nahuhon pa yan with more training. Again, for singing kasi it has to be, later on, become muscle memory. Muscle memory. And then up to a certain point, when it's already there, doon na natin ilalagay yung creative juices, yung interpretation, so how they will deliver their lines, their music, up to a certain point na sana, what I tell my students is, dapat sincere, no? Sincere kayo sa ginagawa niyo. Because every time you have an objective, okay, and then you want to deliver a certain song that was assigned to you, kung walang sincerity, magkakamali at magkakamali eh, kahit na meron pa rin muscle memory involved, no? So again, it has to work together. So yun ang maganda po sa SCPA na all the teachers here, we train our, I guess, no, I can say na sa mga narinig ko sa mga earlier teachers who shared their experiences with our students, no? Very important yung nandun yung i-equip natin sila with the tools, the techniques, and at the same time, let our students, no, spread their wings para they can also test the waters kung paano nila i-deliver yung art form. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Teacher Julie. Kahit sa singing, may truth din na kailangan, no? Tama. Kasi yung lyrics nga na i-convey mo dapat truthful. And Miss Anna Graham, yes? So can you share with us some techniques that you use to build stamina and endurance to maintain vocal control and physical precision through a performance? Kasi nga, as the coach of BD, kailangan nga ng endurance nga naman. So ano po yung mga techniques daw?
Yes, so actually I would work hand in hand with, of course, the dance coaches as well. Pero during, of course, vocalization, I would have them jog around. I would have them actually also do the choreography that they have to do while singing. Kasi sabi ko, sometimes even if we polish a song na nakaupo sila, once na they're dancing, actually nakakatawa minsan mas maganda pa habang sumasayaw sila. And I think because naturally they have to engage their core, they have to support they remember their breathing more when they are dancing. So usually after the voice class and then dance class, then we merge. And then I sometimes sit in the dance classes to see how they sing when they're polishing their dance movements. Because sometimes you have to mark and you have to plan, where you're gonna breathe. Kasi sometimes nga, nakakalimutan na huminga, tapos naputol tuloy yung phrase, ganyan. So, we do a lot of that, a lot of vocalizations that really work on their stamina, and then a lot of, doing the dance and voice classes together.
Very specific down to the last detail, so breathing din, no? Thank you very much, Coach Anna. And now let's go to Coach Jerwin. Hi, we're excited to meet Coach Jerwin. Hi, Coach Jerwin. Sige po, please stand up. There you go. Okay, so what do you recommend for overcoming performance anxiety? Any tips? Meron mga kinakabahan?
Parang ito, may nakabahan po ako. Importante lang po yung sabi ko ni Coach Judy kanina na dapat kaya mo din makarelate, no? So kahit bata yan, mapaintindi mo sa kanya na hindi pag broken hearted yung song ay syempre hindi naman sila makakarelate, no? Dapat ipaintindi natin sa kanila kung paano lakarin yung story, no? Kumbaga ang performing arts kasi very honest, no? Dapat maridinig yan, makikita yan sa mata mo kung totoo yung, kung may feelings, may emotions ka na binibigay sa tao. So para ma-encourage sila, kinakabahan ako. Importante rin na paano din alagaan yung boses. No? Importante din po yung mga techniques, mga bad habits na kailangan iwasan. And ituro din sa kanila yung kung paano po yung mga experience po namin, for example, sa pagkanta. Since ako din po, singer din ako, and marami din akong natutunan sa mga dance coach. Importante rin na i-boost natin yung self-confidence po. Thank you po.
Thank you! Thank you very much, Coach Jerwin. Importante talaga may confidence ka bago ka masampa sa stage. Pero share ko lang, kahit yung mga professional musicians, I know, share na to ni Chito Miranda of Parokya Edgar. Up to now, before he goes on stage, sometimes nasusuka pa siya, sa sobrang kaba. You would think someone 2 decades na in the industry wouldn't be experiencing that. Pero iba talaga, when you're performing, iba-ibang battles po tayo. But thankfully, we have our coaches here to help also our enrollees get through those anxieties as well. So thank you very much, Coach Jerwin. Okay, now let's go to our next question. This is coming from... Okay, basahin ko na muna yung question. Yes. This is... Nakita ko na yun kanina, promise. Nawala lang siya ulit. Nasaan na yun? Sorry, guys. This is... Sorry, nawala na siya. Magic. So hosting 101. Ito na, may ibibigay na pala. Thank you very much, Jomar. Oo. Nawala talaga siya. Okay. This is from Salve Aces of Filipino Star ngayon. Oh, maganda ang question na ito. Sino kaya ang makakasagot? What is the enrollment fee? And how do you select students? Is there a standard criteria? Or do you base it on the potential you see in the applicants? Oh, okay. So, yes.
Sir Ed, I'd like to call in Ed, Sir Ed, to answer that question.
Regarding enrollment fees, you can check out the link to the enrollment process. Nandun lahat ng fees natin. So, sabi nga ni Direk John, sulit na sulit ang mga enrollment fees natin kasi sila ang mga magiging teachers ninyo. So, you can check out the link and you'll see the fees there. And then, what's the other question? After the fees?
Yung, meron daw po bang standard criteria?
Yes.
How do you select the students?
Well, for the students, if you're enrolling sa mga basic classes, so everybody's welcome. So we don't discriminate, we don't choose people. If dream ninyo na maging artista, dream ninyo maging singer, hindi naman kami mamimili. We will nurture your dream. We will help you fulfill your dream. So everybody is welcome. Pero if you're enrolling na sa mga medyo mas advanced class, so medyo meron na tayong interviews. We also have yung mga nag-undergo na ng basic sa amin. So kung pumasa kayo sa basic, qualify na kayo sa advanced levels. So we want also to give those people na may advanced learning na more additional experience, additional knowledge doon sa enroll nila from our experts. So yun, everybody's welcome from basic to advanced. Let's all we will allow us to help you fulfill your dreams. Yun.
Thank you very much, Sir Ed Capulong, for that surprise.
Can I just cut lang?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to acknowledge lang the presence of my co-BUH, Riley Santiago.
Hi, Sir Riley!
Sir Riley, if you want to sit down here. Tapos
may chair daw po.
The management team of Beanie and BGYO are here. Miss MQ, Joey, and Ron are here. So if you have questions for them, baka interested kayo in how they train Beanie and BGYO. They're also open for questions.
Nandamay ba si Sir Ray? Okay.
June Lalin nga sa question.
Ay, meron pa tayong isang question. The one and only Mr. June Lalin is here. Hi, Sir June.
Last na to.
Yes po.
Actually, alam mo, hindi diniretso niya sa amin assets yung tanong niya. Ang tanong niya talaga kung nagbibigay daw ba ng scholarship. Kasi bakit may sana ipasok yung anak niya. Nagpapaplastic siya yung tanong talaga siya kung meron magkano. Gusto niya tanongin kung may scholarship, no?
Mayroon ba connections? Gano'n?
May scholarship ba, Tess? Alam mo ba? Mag-usap daw kayo. Pero
actually, we're looking into that. For deserving students, we're looking into scholarship.
Paano niya ipasok yung anak mo? Kasi siya ako magbigay siya ng question, iniba? Kung magkano, ikanina scholarship na tinatanong? Plastic. Pero eto hindi pa sumaya. Kasi medyo malungkot sila. Anakot sila. Anyways, eto, explain naman natin, saan napunta si Direk Lauren Jogi? Baka sabihin nag-walk out ka.
Oo nga, tanong ko nga.
Kasi dapat ang tatanungin ko, wala.
Parang, sige, Miss Tess, you want to answer that?
Bakit na saan napunta?
May meeting.
Yes.
Ako
na po ang magsasabi. Actually, tanong ko rin po yan. But as we all know, Direk Lauren Jogi is also the head of TV production in ABS-CBN and head of Star Magic. Ang dami niya po talaga actually meetings na iniwan for this. So, kailangan niya na po bumalik.
Pero ito, ang tanong ko, seryoso na ito. Gusto ko tanongin si DJ Ai, pero mamaya, tanong ko na, saan po yung campus na ito? Saan po kayo dito sa ABS-CBN? Kasi dati dyan sa Star Magic, dyan, di ba? Ay, mawawala na yung part na yan.
Dyan pa rin po, pero we're staying there until August of next year. Kasi August of next year will be the end of contract na natin sa part ng ABS po na yan. Tapos we're planning to transfer to the ELJ.
Since ang bongga na, hindi na acting workshop o Star Magic workshop lang, di ba? May para kayo to build, kumbaga po dapat campus o lalong palaki, maging malaki po yung school for the creative and performing arts po.
That's the bigger dream po, sir.
Na pwede naman eh.
Parang I was surprised, parang when we announced nga that we're rebranding the workshops into School for the Creative and Performing Arts. Ang dami nang tumatawag na they want to be part of the school, no? Parang hindi ko muna ipe-preempt, pero we will be announcing more teachers who will be joining us in the school. So that's the bigger dream po talaga, is to create a school and hopefully a campus in the future.
Siyempre, dahil talaga Star Magic and ABS-CBN. Actually, itong dalawang katabi ko, parang din po nila
why not?
Yeah, thank you po.
Maraming salamat po for making this fun.
Thank you, DJ Ai.
Thank you.
Hindi ko natin gusto malaman isa mo binili ng boots mo.
Ay, yung aming boots.
Thank you.
Send ko po yung link sa inyo mamaya.